There's a certain kind of person who never raises their voice. They don't threaten, they don't argue, and yet people bend to their will. You've met them before. They speak softly, smile gently, but somehow you end up doing what they want. At first you think it's respect. Then you realize it's control. That's the dangerous thing about control. It doesn't always look like power. Sometimes it looks like kindness. Sometimes it sounds like reason. And by the time you see it for what it is, you're already caught in its web. Control operates on a subconscious level. It doesn't begin with force. It begins with familiarity. And once you understand its architecture, you'll never look at people or yourself the same way again. 1. The dependence loop. Every form of control begins with emotional conditioning. They reward your compliance and starve your defiance until obedience feels like peace. At first, they flood you with warmth, approval, praise. Then they withdraw it quietly. No words, just the cold. Your body starts remembering, when they're happy, I feel safe. When they're distant, I panic. You start chasing stability instead of truth. And that's the hook. A partner might go quiet when you disagree. A boss might praise you only when you over-deliver. Your nervous system learns that tension ends only when you surrender. If they control your peace, they control you. 2. The guilt mechanism. When force fails, guilt takes over. The manipulator's favorite weapon isn't anger, it's your conscience. They make you believe your independence hurts them. That saying no means you're cold, selfish, ungrateful. You don't want to disappoint them, so you fold. It's not loyalty, it's conditioning. They've linked your goodness to their comfort. And the moment they succeed, you begin policing yourself. If someone makes you feel guilty for protecting your boundaries, they've already found your leash. 3. The uncertainty trap. Control thrives in confusion. When you never quite know where you stand, your brain becomes addicted to answers. One day they're warm, the next, cold. You start scanning every word, every tone, every silence, trying to decode them. That obsession becomes the cage. A boss who alternates praise with indifference. A partner who disappears after moments of closeness. You start performing, not to be loved, but to restore balance. Certainty ends control. Ambiguity keeps it alive. 4. Identity infiltration. The deepest level of control doesn't change what you do. It changes what you believe you are. They start defining you. You're not like other people. No one understands you the way I do. It feels flattering until it becomes confinement. Soon you start viewing yourself through their perception. Their opinion becomes your mirror. And when they withdraw that reflection, you feel like you disappear. That's not love, that's identity theft. And the only way to reclaim yourself is to see who you are without their approval. 5. The fear equation. Every system of control runs on the same formula. Fear, freedom. Controllers amplify your fear until submission feels like safety. They don't need to dominate you, only to convince you that life without them would be chaos. That's why societies trade liberty for order. That's why relationships become prisons disguised as comfort. They don't want love, they want dependence, because the one who's needed can never be left. Ask yourself, what would they lose if I stopped being afraid? That's where their real weakness hides. Once you understand how deep these dynamics go, you start to see it. Control is everywhere. Some people use it to dominate, others spend their lives trying to escape it. But real power comes from understanding both. That's exactly what you'll find inside the One Academy. Over 100 of the most powerful psychology books, condensed into step-by-step lessons on persuasion, manipulation, emotional intelligence, and self-mastery. Whether you want to break free from control or learn how to use influence consciously, this is where it all starts. You'll find the link in the description below. 6. Psychological detachment. The paradox of control is this. You escape it the moment you stop fighting it. Controllers feed on reaction. Every argument, every defense, every emotional spike keeps the system alive. But silence, real detachment, starves it. When a manipulator says, "You've changed," what they mean is, "My tactics stopped working." Detachment isn't coldness, it's clarity. It's no longer trading your peace for someone else's comfort. 7. The awakening. Control doesn't always look like a villain pulling strings. Sometimes it looks like a smile, a rule, a promise of safety. But once you see the pattern, it can never own you again. Because awareness shatters illusion. It shows you that those who seek control are usually slaves to their own fear. The ones who crave control the most are the ones terrified of being powerless. So stop fighting for approval. Stop playing their game. Observe, detach, rise. Because the moment you see control for what it is, it loses you forever.